set for the Minnesota Twins, and the first order of business tonight end a 9-game losing streak. It's the opener between the Twins and the Seattle Mariners. It's also Star Wars night here at Target Field, and a lot of the Star Wars characters will be among the crowd here tonight. Yoda. And we welcome you to Target Field. Dick Bramer along with Burt Blyleven. You know, the Twins obviously are not enjoying a championship season this year. So they've opened up September to look for players who might be a part of a championship ball club. And I think Ben Revere's speed would fit very nicely on a championship ball club.
Well, you know what? Ben was up earlier this year. He got called up for the second time on June 2nd, and that's when the Twins kind of took off and played very good baseball in June and July. Well, August and September have not been very good, but Ben Revere has continued to steal some bases. Now the all-time rookie record with 32 stolen bases. His energy is needed when the team has lost 9 straight and they continue to lose the way they have.
Now, when you throw the lineup open to a bunch of AAA and AA players, you really run the risk of running into some rough spots offensively. But now I think over the last few ball games we've seen this Twins lineup filled with minor leaguers for most of the season start to produce some runs.
I think what we have seen, too, the Twins have gotten down early in the last 4 ball games, but they have been battling back. 19 runs scored over the last 4 ball games, averaging over 4 runs in 4 straight games. Hopefully they'll get that here today against the Seattle Mariners, who themselves have had trouble scoring runs.
All that said, the Twins would love to have some of their regular players back in the lineup. And to that end, we'll give you an update on Denard Span when we come back. On Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Window Concepts of Minnesota.
Umpires making their way through a bunch of Star Wars characters. It's Star Wars night here at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis as the Twins continue this interrupted homestand against the Mariners on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Mikowski. Denard Span missed a lot of time this season with the concussion, but mentally he wants to get back and play baseball before the season comes to an end, and his target was this homestand. Earlier today, his manager, Ron Gardenhire, discussed Denard Span and his potential availability this series against the Mariners.
Span is, we're going to see how we do today, and then possibility of activating him for tomorrow's game if everything goes accordingly. And as we said, we want him to have some days in a row where he's doing good. He's been feeling pretty good. We talked again today, so if he comes in tomorrow and feels good, then I'm going to try to put him in the lineup tomorrow.
Here's hoping Denard's band does play tomorrow. Tonight, it's Australian Luke Hendricks going for his first Major League win against the Seattle Mariners. Dick and Bert with the call next.
The field for the continuation of their homestand, which was interrupted by one day in New York. Turned out to be a memorable day with the Yankees beating the Twins and Mariano Rivera setting the saves record.
Yeah, 602nd Major League save, passing Trevor Hoffman.
The Menards batting order for Eric Wedge and the Mariners. Ichiro Suzuki, followed by Kyle Seager, Dustin Ackley, Mike Carp, William Opeña, Adam Kennedy, Miguel Olivo, Alex Liddy, and Trayvon Robinson.
And it's Liam Hendricks on the mound, making just his third Major League start. Now, will this third time be a charm for this young right-hander from Australia? Hendricks just 22 years old so far. One very good start, that coming here in his Major League debut against the Chicago White Sox. 7 very good innings, and then one in Kansas City that we all want to forget.
Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Joe Benson, Ben Revere, Michael Kadire in the outfield. Infield of Danny Valencia, Trevor Plouffe, Luke Skywalker Hughes, Chris Parmalee at first, and Drew Butera behind the plate. So Ron Gardenhire's never had a 10-game losing streak as a manager. He'd like to get the losing streak behind him, like to take this series at least 2 games to 1. And as he said, no one wants to be a part of a 100-loss ball club. So in that sense, the magic number for the Twins is 4. They got to find a way to win 4 ball games.
Well, you do it for 1 game at a time, and hopefully Hendricks can put some zeros on the board early.
Ichiro Suzuki leading things off for Seattle.
First pitch cracked to left field, and that's going to run all the way to the wall. Ichiro rounding second, and he's going to dig for third. Here's the throw coming through, and he's in with a first pitch triple.
Well, a fastball up, and that's Ichiro right there, hitting it sharply. You see Ben Revere also try to do this, but Ichiro keeps those hands back nicely, popping that ball right over the leaping Plouffe. And then Benson, that ball got by him all the way to the wall.
So Ichiro at third, nobody out, and here's Kyle Seager.
A lot of young players for the Seattle Mariners, too, in this lineup here tonight, and for Eric Wedge.
And in many cases for the same reason the Twins have gone with younger players. A lot of the veterans have gotten hurt over the course of the season and had their season shut down. Driven to the right center field gap, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. Ichiro scores easily. Seager to second, and he'll hold up with a double. So 3 pitches into his outing, and Hendricks has given up 2 ringing extra base hits.
Yeah, Seager just 23 years old, just getting called up this year. That's his 11th double of the year, picking up his 11th Major League RBI. Splitting the gap in right center. Kadir has to get it back in.
So now Dustin Ackley.
Ackley just 23 years old. Mariners #1 pick just in 2009 out of the University of North Carolina, getting some major league at bats.
Off speed pitch misses, ball 1.
Ackley from a baseball family. His dad, John, played in the Reds organization for about 7 seasons.
2-0. And outside 3-0. So a very rough start for Liam Hendricks. Pitched pretty well in his first major league start. The one in Kansas City didn't go so well, and Mike Karp hoping for a chance to do some damage here in the first inning.
Yeah, only 3 walks in his first 12 innings over his 2 starts.
Hit high and deep to right center field. Revere over, making a catch on a warning track. Seager tags and advances to third on a deep drive to right center.
Yeah, Ackley given the green light right there on a 3-0 pitch.
Very breezy night here, and we'll have to, I think, play a few innings to find out how the balls hit into play are going to react to it. The flags are blowing from the right field pole to the left field pole, but based on the national anthem, the singers out in center field, the wind was blowing just the opposite way down on the field.
Yeah, sometimes a swirl down on that field.
Well, here's Mike Karp, and the Twins will bring the infield in, already down 1-0. See if Hendricks can get a couple swings and misses from Mike Karp. Up and away, ball 1.
Well, the Twins were in New York yesterday. The Mariners were playing a makeup game in Cleveland. Only went 7 innings. Mike Karp had a great day. He hit a home run, a grand slam in the win over the Indians yesterday.
Hit hard to center, hooking away from Revere, and he won't get there. It runs to the gap, and everything has been hit right on the button here in this first inning. A double for Karp. Seager scoring, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Karp picking up his 44th RBI on his 16th double. So Rick Anderson out to talk to Hendrick early. See another pitch up. Good solid swing by Mike Karp.
Even the out was hit very well and kind of died out there in the gap in right center field. A quick trip to the mound in the first inning for Rick Anderson. This is a really quick trip. Anderson's only thrown 9 pitches.
Well, this is kind of like what Anthony Swarzak did, in his outing a couple outings ago, a couple games ago. You got to get the ball down in the strike zone.
Swarzak will make the start here Thursday afternoon. Kevin Slowey will go tomorrow. So Karp with an RBI double, and the Mariners jump out quickly 2-0. Here's William Opeña. .56 at bats for Pena since coming over to the Mariners, and a breaking pitch over for strike one.
Yeah, he was released by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the middle of June and then signed with the Seattle Mariners. Pena has some major league experience with the Reds, the Red Sox, the Nationals, and then the Diamondbacks. He's hitting only 179 for the Diamondbacks.
2 strikes, another breaking ball. So the swings and misses, the strikes taken have been on the breaking pitches, and fastballs have been pretty much lit up here in this first inning.
Hendricks not an overpowering pitcher, so he has to hit his spots.
Breaking ball fouled off the end of the bat by Pena. Pena known for his power and his strikeouts, and Hendricks would welcome one here, a strikeout. 2 strikes. Fouled back, another breaking pitch, and Pena's seen 4 of them.
That ball hung right there, and Pena kind of going, wow, I should have missed, I should have hit that ball a long way. Pena 6'3", about 260, so he's a big man.
Another 0-2. Fastball taken low. Twins today activated Scott Baker, and the injuries to 4 of the 5 starters that made it possible for Hendricks to get the call up and make a few starts here in September. And a breaking pitch taken up and in. Fox Tracks had that with plenty of the strike zone. 2-2. Jam shot and a bouncer to third. Valencia almost had a roll through his glove, and Parmelee has to save him on the other end. Valencia had that ball roll through to the webbing of his glove, and I'm not sure he got a real good grip on his throw.
Yeah, Pena got jammed right here, and it's a slow roller to Valencia. He came in, and you could almost see the ball pop out of his glove right there, and then in the exchange had the double clutch almost, and then Parmelee on the other side, a nice pick. A better angle right there.
Well, that's a tough pickup for a first baseman. A very short hop. Here's Adam Kennedy, and he takes ball 1. Justin Smoke has been hurt, unable to play, and so Kennedy getting some time at first base. And inside 2-0.
Yeah, Kennedy, one of the veterans for Eric Wedge in his 13th major league season, his first with the Marlins.
Pounded foul into the Twins dugout. 2-1. Yesterday, the Twins fell behind in the first inning on a Curtis Granderson home run. Now 3 extra base hits have given them a 2-0 lead. The Mariners. There's a strike in the inside corner, and it evens the count at 2-2.
Well, both these clubs have struggled scoring runs all season long. The Mariners, the fewest amount in the American League, and the Twins 13th in the American League as far as fewest runs scored.
2-2 to Adam Kennedy. Got him looking. So Hendricks gets ripped apart in the first couple of at-bats and gives up a couple of runs in the first. On the Mariners successfully, as they tried to do against the Yankees yesterday. The Menards batting order has Ben Revere leading off. Trevor Plouffe, Michael Cuddyer, middle of the lineup, Chris Parmelee, Danny Valencia, Luke Hughes, Brian Dinkelman, Joe Benson, and Drew Butera.
Jason Vargas, a left-handed starter, making his 31st start on the mound for the Mariners, making his second against the Twins this year. He has struggled in the second half. In 12 starts, he's 2-7 over his last 12 starts since the break, with an ERA over 6. Had a very good first half where he had 4 complete games and 3 shutouts. And making his 4th career start against the Twins overall.
Ben Revere takes a strike. He'll be followed by Plouffe and Cuddyer. Revere's average climbing northward, which is good to see. It'll be a tough play for the shortstop. Seager fires on the run, safe at first. A high throw, pulling Kennedy off the bag, and Revere will get an infield hit.
Well, Seager had to hurry his throw right there, and it was up the line a little bit, and Kennedy had to leave the bag. Take a look. Seager has to get that little short hop and then try to flip it over to Kennedy. He has to leap for it. And then again, the speed of Ben Revere hustling down that line. Kennedy cannot get him before he crosses the bag.
Now Trevor Plouffe.
Be an infield base hit credited to Ben Revere.
A couple of steals yesterday for Revere. See what, if anything, he tries to do with the left-hander Jason Vargas. Strike 1.
Now Vargas not overpowering. A fastball, maybe 91, 92. Tight slider, curveball, and a changeup in his 3rd season with the Mariners.
Squaring the bunt, taking a ball. Just looking at his delivery, he kind of turns his back a little bit to the plate, and if I'm a runner at first, I'm thinking that might be kind of a tough move to steal on.
Especially if he pauses just for a second, because then he could go to first base. Just had a little hesitation.
Quicker delivery and a fastball for a strike. So Plouffe being worked inside here by Vargas and Olivo, the catcher.
Yeah, Vargas also has a little cutter he'll throw in on righties.
Hard over the head of Steve Little. Still 1-2. The Mariners had the type of July that the Twins had in August. The Twins won just 7 games in August. The Mariners were in contention, to the surprise of many, and they fell apart in July with only 6 wins. And then the injuries mounted, and in so many respects, although there wasn't much expected of the Mariners this year. There goes Revere. The pitch is outside, and Olivo's throw not in time. Another steal of second base for Ben Revere.
Yeah, number 33 on the year. Now, Olivo's got a very good arm. He's thrown out about 25% of potential base stealers. But again, look at the jump right there. Ben Revere utilizing his speed, head first slide, getting that left hand on the bag. And he gets into scoring position.
2-2 now to Plouffe.
Plouffe had this situation yesterday in the first inning. He ended up striking out against A.J. Burnett.
Driven to left. Cart back. This is over his head, and it's going to score Revere. Plouffe to second. And it's a 2-1 ball game. So the Twins come right back with at least 1 in their half of the first inning.
That ball left up like Hendricks in the first inning. He left some pitches up, but I don't care if you're at the rookie league or the big leagues. You leave pitches up like that. That slider right into the swing of Trevor Plouffe. It's a line drive over the head of Mike Hart. So Plouffe a double, driving in his 26th run. And it's a 2-1 ball game.
Here's Michael Cuddyer. Tying run at second, nobody out. And a strike called on the outside corner. Cuddyer hitting .314 against lefties. 10 of his 19 home runs have come against left-handers.
He has the most at-bats against Vargas, 8. And he has 3 hits.
One and one to Cuddyer. Well, Trevor Plouffe pitched inside, and he finally found one to his liking, Ron Coomer, and whacked it off the fence for a double.
After Revere got the stolen base, you know, you're at a 2-2 count, so it makes it very tough on the hitter because you know Trevor's trying to hit the ball the other way or would like to move the runner along. And what you're going to see here is knowing a pitch is going to be in, so go ahead and take your swing. You got 2 strikes. He looked for the ball in, he got it in, and he drove it to left field. To me, that's a quality at bat because the pitcher knows you're trying to get the runner over. The manager wants you to do it. Everybody wants you to. It's a difficult thing, and just a great swing by Trevor.
Ichiro with room to make the catch. He falls down, and Plouffe will advance to third. So Ichiro reaching, it appeared, into the seating area to make the catch, and Plouffe advances a base.
Yeah, Ichiro going over, leaping right there. Now the fan, you know, trying to get in the way right there, but Ichiro able to get that ball in his glove. But Plouffe tags up, so Cuddyer doing his job, getting him over to third.
Mike Carp, Trayvon Robinson, and Ichiro Suzuki, the outfielders. Liddy Seager, Ackley Kennedy, the infielders, and the veteran Olivo behind the plate. Infield in now for Chris Parmelee. Parmelee with a home run here in the Cleveland series, and then he hit one at Yankee Stadium yesterday. And he takes strike 1 from Vargas here. And as Ackley has been thrown into the breach in the third spot for the Mariners, here's Parmelee with just a handful of at-bats, and he's the Twins cleanup hitter.
Yeah, 14 hits and 38 at-bats for Chris Parmelee.
Jammed and dribbles one up the third baseline foul, 2 strikes.
He's done a good job hitting .368, 3 doubles, a couple home runs of the 14 hits, and he's driven in 7 runs.
Two doubles and 9 at bats against left-handed pitching here, just trying to get one deep enough to the outfield. 1-2. Five strikeouts and 5 walks for Parmelee so far. Revere scored the first run. Plouffe at third, representing the tying run. Inside, and a foul off the handle of the bat again. When you look for, in the case of Parmelee, any signs at all that he might not be ready for this, and it is just 38 at bats, but he's only struck out 5 times so far. He's gotten some big hits. He's hit with power.
And I think what we've seen, he likes the ball down. Even that pitch right there, down and away, got a piece of Olivo, the catcher.
Joe Benson's got about the same number of at-bats, but he's got 14 strikeouts and just 1 walk, and it's not a point of concern at this point. But Parmelee has done a nice job putting the ball in play. See what he can get done here. Maybe getting a base hit through a drawn-in infield. 1-2. How about that? Tie ball game, and it'll go to the corner. And Parmelee will dig for second with an RBI double. Fell behind 0-2, kept the at-bat alive, and hooked a double into the corner.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single hit yet in this ball game. 5 hits for both sides, a triple and 4 doubles. Parmelee with his 4th career double at the major league level, picking up his 8th RBI. Pitch left up, and Parmelee hitting it sharply down that right field corner. So nothing but extra base hits so far for either side.
Well, Revere got the infield hit and then stole second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Here's Valencia. And there's ball 1. Now, Valencia's done a nice job all year long against left-handers, hitting .314 against them. And taken for a strike, 1-1. Vargas, like so many Seattle pitchers this year, has been victimized at times by poor run support. So now his team gives him a couple here on the road. It's gone before he can get through the first inning.
He had some very good outings, and he's had some not so good outings so far this year. His last 2 outings coming into this ball game pretty good.
Shut down the Yankees in his last start.
Yeah, total of 12 2/3 innings, only 7 hits allowed coming into this ball game, 2 earned runs. There's a difference between the first half and the second half. Again, that first half in 18 starts, 3 shutouts and 4 complete games in the first half. None in the second half.
And now 3-1 to Valencia. Luke Hughes on deck, and Oliva's going to go down to the mound and talk to Vargas a little bit. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. There's Carl Willis. Couldn't come back for the 91 reunion, but is back here with a rebuilt pitching staff.
Yeah, their pitching staff 6th best in the American League. 3.85 combined, good by the starters and also the bullpen. It's just they have not scored the staff a lot of runs.
Lifted to right field, and Ichiro with the catch. Parmelee bluffs a tag, draws a throw, 2 down. And that'll bring up Luke Hughes. Vargas trying to do what Hendricks did after Carp hit the double to make it 2-0. He was left at second base. Now Vargas is trying to strand Parmelee at second base.
Hey, Hendricks needed 21 pitches to get out of that first inning. Right now, Vargas at 24 pitches.
A strike. And now down and in, 1-1.
Nice stop by Olivo.
Foul back, and it's 1-2. Earlier had a 9-game losing streak, and they broke that in Seattle against the Mariners. And strike 3. Hughes is out. The inning is over, and the Twins answer a 2-spot for Seattle with a deuce of their own. brought to you by Pentair.
Welcome back to Target Field. 2-2 tie. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Yesterday was a day of highs and lows for Chris Parmelee. Yesterday, in one of his first couple at bats at Yankee Stadium ever, he hit a home run. And then later in the ball game, he struck out. And that at bat, Dick, was to end the ball game. And an interesting night it was. So early in the ball game, he hits a home run into right field. And then later in the game, Mariano Rivera comes in to save his 602nd ball game, obviously setting the record. But the pitch before that strikeout to end the ball game was a broken bat foul ball. And to commemorate his, quote, memorable moment, as we have a ground ball and the out, to commemorate the memorable moment, he went to the authenticator after the ball game with the broken bat, had it authenticated, and he is going to keep the bat to celebrate his, quote, historic moment at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie. No embarrassment striking out against the all-time save leader, but what a great memory that Parmelee will have in his first visit to New York.
Apparently, the reaction in New York, Joe Girardi, members of the media, very similar to our reaction to the Tiger organization when Jim Thome hit number 600. Yankees were very impressed and appreciative of the standing ovation the Twins gave Rivera out there on the mound as the Tigers gave Thome after home run number 600, swing and a miss. And I think in each case there's just such tremendous respect for the person setting the record. In Thome's case, certainly in Rivera's case yesterday, that my gosh, how could you not applaud the greatness that yesterday's appearance represented?
Yeah, you wanted to stay around and watch how fans reacted to Rivera's record-setting record, but it's also the players on the field that respect what he was able to do and what he's able to accomplish. 602, and you know, yeah, he's with New York. You know, they've always had a very good ball club. He's had a great bullpen around him, but passing Trevor Hoffman, quite a feat.
Yeah. 2-2. Just off the plate, and numerically confirming what I think everyone follows this game believe for quite some time anyway. Mariano Rivera, the greatest closer of all time. 3-2 with one gone. Alex Liddy, the batter for the Mariners, and he swings and fouls it back. Liddy had a 2-run home run yesterday.
Yeah, his first major league home run, and Liddy born in Italy and also makes his home there. He grew up in Italy. Great numbers in AAA Tacoma. 30 home runs. He drove in 104 runs. It swings at a slider down and away. And Hendricks picks up his second strikeout.
Struck out Kennedy to end the inning. Now Liddy out number 2. Window concept, window of opportunity. The Mariners do that a lot. In 11 games, 126 strikeouts. Let's do my Minnesota high school math. That's over. That's like 11 and a half strikeouts a game. And they only played 7 innings yesterday. Yeah, it's very gusty. There's a pop-up foul and out of play, with the wind blowing in through the plaza and then swirling around here at Target Field. They're talking about the possibility of rain in the middle innings here. And tomorrow's not supposed to be a real pleasant day either. And then Thursday for the series finale, it's supposed to be a brilliant day. 1-1 to Trayvon Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson in his rookie season, a switch hitter, hitting .230 from both sides of the plate. Roberts just 24 years old, coming over from the Dodger organization in a 3-team trade on July 31st.
Mariners brought 29 players here. 17 of them were not here in late May when the Mariners came. And you probably know about the Twins turnover on the roster, with Bauer, Morneau done for the year, Nishioka done for the year, Kubel on the roster but probably won't be used. Fouled back. And the list goes on and on with the pitchers.
Well, then again, you look at these ball games, Dick. Seattle and Twins, they're both in last place, but these young kids trying to make a name for themselves. An opportunity.
Half swing, should be strike 3. A couple of strikeouts for Hendricks, who seems to have rebounded nicely from a very rough start to his ball game here tonight. And Ron Coomer, he's gotten a lot of hits, and he's done so quietly because perhaps all the hits have been singles.
Well, they have been singles, but the one thing about it is that's kind of his role, Dick. And you guys were talking to him just last half inning about young guys trying to make a name for themselves and show that they can play at this level. Well, Brian Dinkelman's a guy who's played 6 years in the minor leagues, but has come up here after hitting in 6 years about 270 as a minor league player. So obviously he can swing the bat, but the impressive part to me, looking at him as a hitter, is he really handles the barrel well. He understands where teams are playing and when there's a hole between first and second, and just what pitchers are trying to do as he bunts right here.
And he's thrown out. A good play by Vargas for the first out of the second.
Yeah, Vargas had a little trouble getting that ball out of his glove, but makes a good throw over to Kennedy for the first out.
Very good play by Vargas, but that's just the thing. I think the one thing that comes to mind when you talk about certain players that come up, you talk about tools and what guys can do, and do they have that star ability? And then you talk about guys who are baseball players, and I think Brian Dinkelman fits into that category of a baseball player. I think he understands he can play the outfield, he can play the infield, and he really knows how to handle the bat, and I think he's got a future here in Minnesota because he can do quite a few things.
That man said today that he thinks he's more comfortable as an outfielder than a second baseman, but yet we've seen him make a couple of nice plays at second base.
Well, he signed as a second baseman by the Twins, and then he's played about the first 2 or 3 years in the minor leagues at second base, and then the Twins moved him out to the outfield. But here's a guy, Ron Coomer, that, he doesn't have a lot of minor league home runs, but you mentioned the 270 average. That's the type of player that he is.
It's true, and to me, in this ballpark, if you're not a guy who can really drive the baseball, you better learn how to hit the ball, hit down on the baseball, and drive the ball into the gap and hit line drives. And I think that's the one thing that he brings to the table as a young player, knowing that's really going to be beneficial for him when the manager's trying to make that cut list here in spring training next year.
Joe Benson draws just his second walk, and it's a 4-pitch walk from Vargas. That'll bring Drew Butera to the plate.
Yeah, Vargas walking his first batter is 58th in 188 innings pitched, so he can once in a while lose it. And he lost it right there against Joe Benson.
Couple of steals for Benson and 3 tries. Butera at the plate. And a fastball, strike 1. Butera and Rivera alternating the catching duties. Joe Mauer staying home for the balance of this homestand. Twins hope that he'll be at the ballpark for the season-ending series here against Kansas City.
Vargas getting ahead in the count. 9 batters he's faced, 7 of the 9 strike 1.
Foul back, 2 strikes.
It's been a struggle offensively this year for Drew Butera, hitting just at 155. Couple home runs for Drew, 19 RBIs on the year, 9 doubles.
Popped up behind second base. Ackley with the catch in front of Robinson, out number 2. That'll bring up Ben Revere. Tomorrow's another Rasmussen College Student Day as the Twins host the Mariners at 7:10. Standing room only tickets are half price for students with valid ID. Tickets are available on the day of game only, and they are limited, so make your plans to come out early. For more info about Rasmussen College Student Days, visit twinsbaseball.com. I would imagine that fire up on the roof deck might feel kind of good to those fans huddled around there.
At the Budweiser deck up there.
Here's Revere with Benson at first and 2 down. Ball 1. Revere hit the ball on the ground to the left side, and when it touches the ground 3 times, as his first inning ground ball did, and it's hit to the left side, it more likely than not is going to be a base hit, and that's what it was for Revere. He then stole second. Plouffe and Parmelee doubled, and the Twins had tied the game up. Lifted to left, and Karp comes in, now over, and that ends the inning. Twins take a walk. Benson stranded at first. It's 2 apiece after 2. By Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. That's the Cuyuna Range Mine Pit Lakes up in north central Minnesota, about 14 miles northeast of Brainerd, made up of the towns of Crosby, Ironton, and Deerwood. Starting in the 60s, crystal clear spring waters filled the mine shafts, creating the crystal clear Mine Pit Lakes and providing fishing, canoeing, kayaking, scuba diving, believe it or not. Up there in the beautiful part of north central Minnesota. Dick Raymer, Bert Lilevan joined here in the top of the 3rd inning in a tie game by Mike Clough, the Twins director of ticket sales. And Mike on the field, the Twins have kind of turned the page and looked ahead to next year, I guess, for the last several weeks. And now as we wind down the regular season, it's time for you guys to look ahead.
Yeah, the off-season is always an interesting time for us. And actually our first payment date on our renewals is coming up here next Monday, the 26th. As a renewing season subscriber, you should have received your renewal package from us already. With that, you have 3 payment options. Basically, you can pay in full, which is what most of our corporate folks do. We have the 50-50 opportunity, which is something we've had for a while, where you pay 50% now and 50% due at the end of November. And then our most popular plan is we have a 6 installment plan. So we spread it out over 6 months, your full balance. And this year we changed it a little bit. You only have 5 payments over those 6 months. We actually got rid of the December payment, so it'll give you a little flexibility around the holidays. One thing to note is we did move our timeline up 2 weeks this year. So a little bit earlier than it was last year. The reason for that is we do have an intensive relocation process, which kicks off here in late November. So we want to make sure we have all the best inventory available for folks that are renewing and looking to move around the ballpark here. Couple that, as you guys know, we have an on-deck circle waiting list.
Right.
And folks are kind of curious where they stand in regards to that for next year.
I'm just kind of curious from year 1 to year 2, how many people did what you suggested, just wanted to relocate to get a different view of this ballpark?
A lot more than we expected. I mean, think about it. When you came from the Dome here, a lot of people made their buying decision blind, really. You know, they bought their seat unseen. So some people may have thought, hey, I definitely want to sit in the sun. And then realized, man, it's hot out here, right? So, I want to be in the shade next year. So we actually had a lot of people take advantage of that last year, and looking forward to having that again this year. So,
Mike, a lot of groups come out here. What's the best way for a big group to, get a chance to come out and sit in a section?
Sure. We have one of the biggest group organizer bases in Major League Baseball. We have a ton of support from that standpoint across a lot of different business categories and individuals as well. So what we do is we have a renewal process with our group similar to season tickets that we run throughout the offseason. We are adjusting it a little bit this year. We do have about 5,000 accounts that are with us right now from a group organizer standpoint. So we are going to tier our process a little bit this year, so it's an adjustment from what we've done historically. You'll probably be getting some information from us here, maybe even by the end of this week. You'll be hearing from your ticket rep here in regards to what the details are in that new process. So look forward to that probably in your email box.
Ackley with a 2-out single to center. He had a deep fly ball to center in the first inning, but caught by Ben Revere. Now Mike Karp will come up with a runner at first and 2 out. Now, Mike, for the average person, they're limited perhaps to just single game ticket sales. When will the Twins announce when those tickets on an individual game basis will be available?
Actually, we just made that determination here recently. Our general public on sale is going to be on Saturday, February 25th. So mark your calendars. Details to come in the many months we have between now and then. But get it on your calendar, Saturday, February 25th. And then, as our season ticket holders know, you do have the opportunity prior to that to do some pre-sales and pick up some additional tickets for some games you might be looking to come out to, family in town, what have you. That is slated for the week of February 13th. So all your season ticket holders out there that like to pick up those additional tickets, make sure you mark that week on the calendar as well, February 13th.
Now, this is a beautiful stadium, Mike. How many season tickets do the Twins cap it somewhere?
Yeah, we had a cap of 25,000 full season tickets, which we plan to keep moving forward. So really, when we talk about the on-deck circle, we have about 3,000 folks sitting there on our on-deck circle, really waiting for that opportunity to pick up seats. So our opportunity to reach out to them is really going to be dependent on whatever attrition we may or may not have from our season ticket base. We'll determine, hey, these are the seats that we have. One to go into relocation with, which will again be in December. And then after that in January, we'll reach out to our on-deck circle members with whatever opportunity we may have for them.
1-0 to Willie Mopena, now outside 2-0. And Hendricks looked like he was on the verge of buttoning up a quick 1-2-3 inning again, but now a pair of singles by the 3 and 4 batters have created a threat here in the third.
And Drew Butera going out to try to calm him down. Carl Pavano talking to Rick Anderson right there, and instead of sometimes the pitching coach having to go out there, that's where the catcher becomes almost your second pitching coach, but he's on the field. He sees what's happening out there with Hendrick right now. Hendrick's just missing. Let's see if Drew can get him back in that strike zone, and he does.
Well, Mike, let's imagine I'm one of the 3,000 people in the on-deck circle. How does this work then? Do I contact the Twins, or do I wait for the Twins to contact me?
No, through the course of the season earlier this year, we reached out to everyone on the on-deck circle list and basically have a priority number based on when you signed up for the on-deck circle. So once we go through the relocation process, we'll identify how many seats we have to offer as a season ticket, and then reach out to you and let you know if we will be or won't be able to sit you for next year.
Mike, hang loose. We may bring you back here for the ninth for another scoreless inning.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Mike Clough, the Twins Director of Ticket Sales. value, followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. Plouffe with an RBI double to bring in Ben Revere. Now a rocket into the left field corner. Should have another extra base hit. The ball hit the sidewall, and Karum's in front of Karp, and on the first pitch, Plouffe gets his second double of the ball game.
I remember his first at bat. It seemed that Vargas was really working him hard inside, and Plouffe saying, you know what, if you're going to work me inside like that, I'm going to, on the first pitch, open up quickly. And he was able to do that and hit it right down that third baseline. The dive right there by Liddy, but the ball getting into that corner.
And that'll bring up Michael Cuddyer. Cuddyer lifted a fly ball to right, advancing Plouffe from second to third. Strike one. And another called strike, 0-2. Fell behind 2-0, tied it up quickly. Tried to take their first lead of the game. Bounced to short. Plouffe almost got trapped off second. Cuddyer retired, one away. You can visit the official online shop of the Minnesota Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the twinsbaseball.com shop. Chris Parmelee will hit. Tied the game with a double into the right field corner, his first time up. Takes a fastball down the middle. Parmelee now with 3 hits, 10 at bats against lefties, all 3 hits doubles, and just 1 strikeout. Inside, missing, 1-1.
You know, we were talking the other day about Parmelee. When is the last Twin to hit left-handed and also be a left-handed thrower?
First baseman, yeah.
First baseman. I got an email from Chris Mans, and he said that he did some research. He said David Ortiz was the last one that played 69 games at first base in 1998. Ron Coomer started 39 games that year. Orlando Merced 34. Paul Molitor 9. Doug Minkiewicz played 7, and Scott Stahoviak played 4. Prior to that, you have to go back to Rich Reese.
Is that right?
Was back with the Twins in the early 70s. So
and
Chris Mans, thank you very much for the email.
You'd mentioned Randy Bush, but Randy was more of an outfielder than a first baseman, and more of a designated hitter or pinch hitter than any even an outfielder. 3-1 to Parmelee. He fought back from 0-2 in his first at bat and got a double. See what he gets on 3-1 and what he does with it. And a strike on the outside corner. Well, he thought it was ball 4.
Well, you have to tip your hat right there to Vargas. Pretty good pitch. Fastball down and away on the black. See where 5 is right there on your Fox track. Lance Barksdale behind the plate, the umpire.
And now,
give you that.
Parmelee takes his walk.
Second walk for Vargas.
Now Valencia with runners on first and second and nobody out. You can get all your high school football action with Fox Sports Prep Zone presented by Wells Fargo. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Prep Zone link to watch up to 4 high school football games all at one time, live each week. Log on Friday at 7 to watch this week's featured games. Matamidi at Totino Grace, Buffalo at Rogers. I think I'll go to that game. East Ridge at Woodbury, and Andover at Ossian. Here's Valencia. I can go to the game because, as we've established, I'm not going to Cleveland with you on assignment.
Oh, you are or not?
I'm on assignment this weekend.
Your assignment is?
Well, I don't know. Back when I was working for one of the local TV stations in the news department, Every time the anchor man wanted to go to Madden's for a few days, we always said he was on assignment. So this kind of works the same thing.
So you're going to Madden's?
No, actually, my daughter's getting confirmed this weekend. So
congratulations to her.
Hannah is being confirmed on Sunday, so I'll be missing the Cleveland series. Anthony LaPanta, thanks in advance.
Oh, no. Is that who I have to work
I think
with?
so, yep.
Oh, no. I'm not going to Cleveland either then.
One strike to Valencia, now a ball.
Oh, you're going to miss what? 4 games in
3 days in Cleveland.
Long. Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and then the Sunday day game. And we're back here to play Kansas City for the final 3.
3-night games.
You are coming?
I'm going to be back from assignment Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Vargas wanted some clarification on the count. And I believe, if I saw that right, I think it's 2-1 rather than 1-2. If I saw Lance Barksdale correctly. No. The count was 1-2, and now it's 1-3.
Yeah, fastball middle in. Danny Valencia maybe doesn't like the call, but we've seen this before. A lot of clubs pitch him hard in. He likes to extend those arms. Take a look at this pitch right here. Olivo holding it right there. And Vargas picks up his second strikeout.
So now Luke Hughes will try to get the go-ahead run in. Twins would like to take advantage of the leadoff double by Plouffe.
I'd like to say hello to Luke Hughes' parents. They're watching here tonight from Australia. Trevor and Kay. And Luke's sister Brody watching the game.
Here in North
Down
America?
Under,
or
in Australia.
Oh, is that
they
right?
Are in Australia, yes, watching the game. So Luke, get him ahead.
Foul back.
The other way.
And I just, because it's Star Wars night, I gave him a nickname that he probably doesn't warrant or deserve. Skywalker. Star Wars night, so.
Oh, his sister is Brooke.
Called strike, and it's 0-2. Inside again, got a foul back. It looks for all the world like Vargas is approaching Hughes the same way he went after Valencia.
Well, he's got that little cutter. He'll work in the right-handers and then the change-up away.
Oh, 0-2 to Luke Hughes. Now 1-2.
Vargas, 28 years old, in his 3rd season with the Mariners. This is his 96th Major League start, his 116th Major League appearance. 26 wins, 39 losses.
Tall pop-up left side. Liddy calls for it and makes the catch. Twins get a leadoff double later in the inning, a walk, but they strand 2. It's still 2 apiece. Offer up a comment online at carsoup.com/baseball. Hey, our old friend Steve S. is back from Plymouth. And he asked, when a player is shut down for the season, do they still come to the ballpark for the game?
Well, you would think they would. You mentioned earlier Joe Mauer, is asked not to come to the ballpark, right? To stay home and rest. But, yeah, players do. And
Justin Morneau had 2 surgical procedures yesterday. They both went well, but Justin obviously sore from the surgery, so he's not around. Ron Gardenhire said that it's his hope that both players will be here for the Kansas City series. They're not going to play, but and you can speak to it better than I certainly, but it's nice when you are an active player when the injured players are still in the dugout watching and showing an interest.
Well, in 1982, I got my elbow operated on, and when I was back in Cleveland, I went to the games. Even though I knew I couldn't be on the field, I was still there rooting my team on. That had to light guys on fire. Their shoelaces.
Drive to center, Revere hanging with it, making the catch of the line drive, 1 away. And that'll bring up Miguel Olivo. Now it's different on the road. The Twins have a pretty firm policy, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Unless someone needs to be on the field when they're injured to prepare to get ready to play in a game, they're left back home. And it's so much easier now. For instance, yesterday the Twins didn't take the full squad to New York, and the guys who wanted to work out, like Denard Span, players like that, they were able to come here to this ballpark and the great training facilities here and still get a workout in.
Anybody out there that has taken the tour of Target Field, sometimes they go down to the clubhouse.
Right.
Especially during the wintertime or Twins Fest. You get a chance to see the facility. It is absolutely beautiful. It's gone a long way from the Met. We had a couple dumbbells, and that was our backup catcher.
Revere going back to the gap, and it gets over his head, and it'll be another extra base hit. Olivo into second with a 1-out double. That's the second ball that has been hit over Ben Revere's head. Usually we see him take a really good angle on the ball and suggest that the ball is really carrying here tonight.
Yeah, that ball was hammered right there by Olivo, his 17th double, and he's got a chance to lead the Mariners in home runs and RBIs as a catcher. So Olivo having a very solid year, even though the average is down. He's hitting for power and driving in some runs.
Alex Liddy, the hitter, went down swinging on a breaking pitch in the second inning. Belt high strike. Liddy, as Bert mentioned, hitting a home run yesterday, the first Italian-born player to hit a home run since Reno Bertoia did it in 1961. Here's a pop-up right side, and Hughes in short right field makes the catch in front of Cuddyer for out number 2.
That's where the game of baseball has really gone international. Liddy kind of grew up in Italy, and his dad loved the game of baseball, and they played all the time together as a family. So that's how he learned the game. He scouted there, ended up signing.
Trivia question: which 2 Seattle catchers share the club record for home runs in a season? Does that mean two of them with 9 or 2 of them that have had 18?
2 with 18.
Oh, okay.
And we already have one. It's Olivo. So we got the
winner. All right. Well, Dave Valley was he didn't hit for much average, but he had some power. A longtime catcher for Seattle.
How about Wilson?
Yeah, he had some power, but I don't know whether he had 18 home run power. One and one.
All right, up in the booth where you have in the Circle Me section, we have Lisa from Laverne and your husband Rick. Welcome up to the booth. Happy birthday to you, young lady. 29 years old again. Right, Rick?
You know what? She was nice enough to give me this baseball with a whole bunch of autographs on it.
TC,
Denard Span.
I see TC on
Bert
there.
Blyleven, Michael Cuddyer. And
you gave that to him?
Yeah, it was nice of her to. Oh, she wants me to sign it? Well, I just thought she was giving it to me.
Just take it home.
Yeah. That was nice of her. I thought she was just giving me a baseball. All right. 2-1 to Trayvon Robinson.
Well, Lisa, happy birthday to you. And did you know there's only 200 more days until my next birthday?
Chop foul. It just barely trickled foul. Running up the baseline. Well, in the bottom of the third inning, Vargas pitched around a leadoff double, and now Hendricks is trying to pitch around a 1-out double.
This will be pitch number 65 for Hendricks.
Butera will go out to the mound. He's done a nice job. The first 4 balls hit against Hendricks were just absolutely creamed. And then he got out of the inning with just the 2 runs allowed. Twins even the score for him quickly. And done a nice job since.
He had a good year down at AA and AAA combined, 12-6 on the year for Hendricks in 140 innings. He struck out 111, walked only 21.
Got him. So a nice job stranding Olivo at second. Bottom of the 4th coming up in a tie ball game. Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. Bottom third of the Twins lineup in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Dinkelman, Benson, and Butera. Vargas twos rebounded nicely from a rough start. 2-0. Dinkelman tried to bunt his way aboard and put it a little bit too close to the mound. His bunt rolled within range of Vargas, who fielded it and turned around and fired him, retired him with a strong throw to first. But now it's 3-0.
Vargas making his second start this season against the Twins. His last start was in May here in Minnesota. Mariners won that ball game 8-7. He got a no decision. He went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, all earned.
3-1 to Dinkelman.
Well, what's new?
You know, you see enough of something and it almost seems like deja vu. Another ground ball single through the hole on the right side.
Ron Coomer was talking about Dinkelman his last at bat. I mean, you know, this is the type of hitter that he is. 18 hits now at the major league level, all of them singles. So pulling that ball between first and second in the right field. Twins get their 5th hit of the ball game.
Here's Joe Benson, drew a 4-pitch walk in the 2nd inning. Benson, I don't know why, he just looks like a guy that should really punish left-handed pitching. We've seen him really take some aggressive swings at the ball. But so far up here, he's 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts against left-handed pitching. He just looks like to use contemporaries of yours, a Gaetti or a Bernansky type, somebody that just feasted on left-handed pitching with power, and that might very well be the case. It's just not yet.
Well, I'm sure still the nerves are still rattling inside of Benson, wanting to impress and do so well here.
Vargas pitches him away again, and Olivo will run the ball back to the mound.
Vargas in his career, as I mentioned, 95 major league starts, 26 wins, 39 losses. You know, you play for a club like Seattle that has not scored a lot of runs throughout the summer. You know, very good pitching staff that they have put together, but offensively with some injuries, but they just have not scored a lot of runs, the fewest in the American League.
2-1. Pitch popped up. Dinkelman retreats. It's near the Twins dugout and caught by Kennedy for the first out. Runner at first, 1 out. Drew Butera coming to the plate. Time to check in with Robbie Entzmakowski.
Well, guys, hockey has officially started here in the state of hockey. The Edmonton Oilers and Minnesota Wild underway from Edmonton. And Edmonton native Jared Spurgeon scores an unassisted goal 2 minutes into the first period, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And it's an exciting time right now, Dick. It's your favorite time of year. The weather's getting colder. Hockey's getting started.
A little frost on the pump.
Frost on the pump, yeah. The Wild hockey is back, and it's exciting.
Here's Drew Butera. Thank you, Robbie.
We had a lot of rain down in Florida today.
There's a throw into center field. Dinkelman tries to pick himself up quickly and go to third. But kind of an awkward slide. He ends up stealing second on a terrible throw by Olivo.
Well, Dinkelman with his first career stolen base. Pretty good jump right there. A hit and run put on, but you can see where the throw went. Dinkelman will get credited with a stolen base.
And now Butera with 1 strike will try to bring him home with a hit.
Yeah, it was raining down there. They didn't let the carts out on the path. You know, you have to keep it on pass only.
Right.
Yeah.
No frost on the pumpkin in Florida yet?
No, not yet.
See, you miss out on so much. Native Minnesotans here, we call it the theater of seasons. Mm-hmm. You know, it changes over the course of the year.
Tell me about it.
2 strikes. And Butera pops it up to short left. In fact, it's the shortstop Seager calling for it in foul territory. And Butera is retired out number 2. So a couple of foul pops here after the leadoff hit by Dinkelman. And Revere will try to bring Dinkelman home. Revere with an infield hit, a run scored, a stolen base, all that in the first inning. 33 steals for Revere now in roughly 2/3 of a full season. So while he says he'd like to steal 80 or 90, and we certainly wish that for him, it's completely plausible that he will at the very least threaten the club record for stolen bases in a season, 62 by Chuck Knobloch.
Let's hope so.
And there's a base hit to center. Dinkelman to third. He's going to be waved around. A very short throw for Robinson to the plate. Not in time. Dinkelman with a touch of home plate with his hand, and Revere delivers a go-ahead single.
An RBI single right there for Ben Revere, his 26th run driven in. And yes, the outfield, they don't play very deep when Revere's up, but right up the middle. And Dinkelman, you can see him on contact. He takes off. Robinson comes in, one-hopping Olivo, but Dinkelman able to slide around him and get that left hand on the plate.
Carl Willis to the mound, talking about how to approach Trevor Plouffe here, who's hit a couple of ringing doubles against him, but also maybe asking Vargas to pay a little bit closer attention to Revere. The stolen bases for Revere help cover up one of the shortnesses in his game. Now we know about his throwing arm. It's not the strongest, and we've seen teams run on his arm. But also Revere with a slugging percentage of under 300 because he is a prototypical singles hitter. But if you can steal second, in essence, you can increase your slugging percentage because a lot of your singles end up, in essence, being doubles.
Right. Jerry White helping him read the signs right there at first base. First base coach Jerry White.
One strike to Trevor Plouffe. And again, they set up inside and get a called strike. Whatever their scouting report is on Plouffe, there's no question they feel the best way to get him out is to work him over inside. Hasn't worked yet, but that's their approach.
Well, Vargas threw him a slider that kind of hung inside, and then the last at bat, Trevor Plouffe jumped on that first pitch that was middle in. Olivo now sitting away.
And they pitch out with 2 strikes. And Revere doesn't go, which might mean he'll take off on this pitch. One and 2 to Plouffe. And Olivo asked for the pitch up. It was delivered up, and Plouffe fouled it back out of the glove of Olivo. A lot of pitches for Vargas. 3 2/3 innings, 76 pitches.
Look at his move. That's kind of what Ben Revere sees, and then scoots back.
Revere 33 for 42 in stolen bases. High and tight, 2 and 2. To swing through a pitch down and in. The inning ends. But a pair of singles, a very important stolen base, and the Twins take their first lead.
there's 5 of them in there, 5 sisters, guests here tonight on behalf of my wife Gail and I. They're enjoying the ball game. All 85 to 96 years old.
Parmalee goes to the bag, and he gets Ichiro quickly one away.
5 sisters.
Were there any brothers in the family?
Well, there was 3, yes.
Okay. 1 down with Ichiro retired for the first out of the 5th, and Kyle Seager will hit next. Seager with a double on the 3rd pitch of the game. At that point, Ichiro had already tripled on the 1st pitch of the game. And a rough first inning for Hendricks, but he's recovered nicely. The pitch shutout ball since.
Looks a little more comfortable on the mound right now, hitting his spots down in that first inning. Everything was up, every fastball up. The Mariners jumped all over it. Looks like he's changing speeds better, mixing in a breaking ball, change up.
1-1.
Making just his 3rd major league start. Hendricks from Australia.
A weak ground ball to Parmalee.
Good change up there.
That's out number 2. And Dustin Ackley will hit next. Second baseman Dustin Ackley. You know, this has been a very frustrating year for the Twins, and the month of September in particular has been frustrating. But as an organization, you find yourself in a situation, unfortunately, out of contention, to do what's best for the organization long term. If this is a lost season with too many losses, what the Twins have done, the hope is, will benefit them in the long run by taking a look at Liam Hendricks and exposing him to major league hitters, and conversely Benson, Parmalee, and the other young hitters, getting them exposed to what the world is like up here.
There's no way to explain what these guys are going through right here. It's going to just benefit them no matter what happens next year. If guys come back healthy for the Twins, they know, and I think we've seen the Twins have had to use almost everybody, all 40 guys on the roster, and then dip even below that to try to get some guys to play on the field here. This experience is it's hard to explain. You can't put words into what Hendricks is just feeling right here.
Arby's and Fox Sports North are giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, and enter the code for the chance to win. To enter, you've got to be a member of the Fan Zone. You've got to be 18 or older. Visit foxsportsnorth.com for complete contest details. Ball 1.
Dick, when I was 18 years old, I was invited to spring training in 1970 with the Twins, and I didn't know if I could compete at the major league level. But then all of a sudden you see Jim Cott, Jim Perry, and you realize that, if you work as hard as they do, if you do what they do, one day hopefully that time will come. And it came very quickly for me, but I could not put enough emphasis on what going to spring training meant for me to have that experience around major leaguers, and then taking it down to the minor leagues and realizing what I needed to work on to get my rear end back up to the big leagues. And that's what these guys are going through. Whether they make it here or next year or not, they have that taste. They have that cup of coffee that they want to get.
Drive to left center field. Benson backs it up, fires it to the shortstop. Plouffe will fire it home, and the relay effectively holding Ackley at third base. A drive to the left center field gap by Karp. He's got 3 hits, but that Revere was backed up by Benson. And Benson getting rid of it quickly might have kept this a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, we've seen Ben have to go back, had to go left to right. Right here, Karp splitting the gap right there. Ben Revere's got a jump on it. He comes up short, but there's Benson backing him up, and that saves a run right there. Good job by Joe Benson backing up the play.
Here's Willie Mopena with 2 men in scoring position and 2 out. Hendricks has gotten Pena twice, once on a ground ball, once on a short fly ball. Swing and a miss at the breaking pitch. That's the pitch that Pena has been vulnerable to. When you're as big and strong as he is, you obviously have a hole or a weakness in your swing. It's blocked there by Butera, 1-1.
He's one of these guys, Dick, that just tears up the minor leagues. Pena this year in AAA, between Arizona and Tacoma, to the Mariner organization, 25 home runs, 77 RBIs, hit .358. But up here, you know, they find that one little area that he's had trouble with, and they're just going to pepper him over and over and over until he proves he can hit it.
Can you say David McCarty, who was the same way, one of the best AAA players the Twins have ever had, but McCarty could never get it done in the big leagues, and ended up bouncing around with a half dozen different teams.
So Randy Ruiz, remember?
Yeah,
another guy that you know, way back when, Joe Liss was a guy in the Twins organization that just tore up AAA, but never got a chance to play on a regular basis.
And 1-2.
You know, Charlie Manuel was that way. Charlie in the Twins minor league system, but you know, you've got a guy like Harmon Killebrew in front of you. What's the chances you're going to play? Slim and none.
1-2 to Pena. Twins have just taken the lead in the bottom of the fourth, and now 2-out rally for the Mariners. Fastball just off the plate, 2-2. He got strike one on the slider, down and away. See where he tries to get strike three. Same pitch, and Pena lays off. It's 3-2.
He almost swung at that. That ball was a little bit too far outside. This guy wants to swing the bat. You can kind of tease him right here. Now you have the option. You go hard in on him, you know, but you have to make sure that it's in, or you go back to that slider again. Drew Butera. Yeah. Saw Hendricks shake off right there.
Full count to Pena. Got him with the sliders.
He wants to swing that bat.
Got strike three right where he got strike one, and he strands a couple of runners in scoring position.
Lottery winner circle with $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets. And Bert, I have Dick and Betty Johnson here from Brainerd celebrating 61 years of marriage. They've been married almost as long as they have been Twins fans. Obviously, the Twins haven't been alive 61 years. Betty, how do you do it? 61 years of marriage.
We have fun together. That's how we do it.
They have fun together. And how are they celebrating it, Bert? Their first ever trip to Target Field from Brainerd. Betty, welcome, and we wish you a great night.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
Congratulations, and you are hereby circled. 61 years. Wow. She is a strong lady.
1-1 to Michael Cuddyer. Brainerd up there, a suburb of Pillager, Minnesota. Foul back, 1-2. Cuddyer with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to short. He's come up with men in scoring position each time, looking for his first hit. It is 19th home run of the year yesterday at Yankee Stadium to straightaway center field. Now a little chip shot to right, and he's aboard with a leadoff hit. He's protecting the plate with 2 strikes, and he got the barrel of the bat on it.
You know, we saw that from Michael yesterday against A.J. Burnett. Just kind of go down and get a ball and hit that ball just like that.
Back to our trivia contest. I'm going to go with Dave Valley.
I don't know. I didn't even look at the media guide, so I have no idea.
It was Dan Wilson. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
I thought about Kenji Jojima. So I think
I mentioned Wilson.
Yeah, no, we got it right.
Yeah, Olivo has 17 home runs as a catcher. One, I guess, has maybe a DH.
See, that's how desperate they've become in the truck. They're coming up with trick questions to try to keep our perfect record. There goes Cuddyer.
What a
And
challenge.
a base hit to left off the bat of Parmalee. Cuddyer will dig for third. The ball overrun by Karp, and Cuddier's coming around. Robinson fumbles it, and the Twins take a 4-2 lead. And they're trying to field a football out there. A bounding punt.
Yeah, Cuddyer had to stop almost 3 times. Now he took off and had to kind of pick up the ball at second. And then as he rounded second, he saw where the ball was. He took the gamble right here and went into third. You see Parmalee again getting a base hit. Now Karp has trouble. The ball behind him. Robinson comes in. He fumbles the ball. And Cuddyer had to stop at third. And then he picked up Steve Little and then just scored.
It's like an agility drill. Stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. Twins take a 4-2 lead, and now here's Valencia. So the Twins with the rookie Parmalee at the plate hitting cleanup, and they put the hit and run on, and Parmalee delivers, slapping a single to the opposite field.
Yeah, Parmalee be credited with a base hit, advancing to second on the air. No RBI for Parmalee. And Karp charged with an error.
And Valencia takes ball 2. Valencia called out on strikes in the 3rd inning. Right off the end of the bat, and a spinner up the line. Valencia was looking at the left field foul pole, and the ball rolled up the right field line.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest swing right there, but got the job done, moving Parmalee from second to third. Let's take a look at Michael Cuddyer right here at what he had to go through right there. He stopped a little bit right there, but then thought about sliding. No. Picked up Steve Little. Just keep going. And he scores the 4th run of the ballgame for the Twins.
Infield in, and Hughes in a half swing. Take strike 1. These are the situations, whether it's Hughes who's got a little bit more experience than, say, Benson or Parmalee, you really want to see the young players do a better job of producing a run. Runner at third, less than 2 out. And Hughes takes up high, 1-1.
Yeah, easier said than done. Look for a ball up that you can drive deep enough to score Parmalee, but just hit it hard somewhere with the drawn in infield. Got a chance to maybe get an RBI single.
You know, we just got done playing one game with the Yankees, but you look at their lineup, and that's what makes them so tough. Whether it's Jeter, Swisher in a situation like this, Swisher did it yesterday. Hit the ball hard, put the barrel of the bat on it, put it up the middle someplace, get it through the infield, you've got an RBI single. Way out in front. Don't try to do too much.
Right, good changeup right there by Vargas. But that comes with major league experience, you know, being there. Swisher has probably got, you know, 8,000 major league at bats.
2-2 to Hughes. Popped up right side. The first baseman Kennedy says, I don't want it, you take it. And Ackley kind of staggered a little bit, but finally made the catch for out number
that
2.
little bit of wind that's blowing in from right field, it looked like Kennedy got underneath that ball, then the ball drifted towards second base.
All right, we'll see if the Mariners put on the Dinkelman shift here. It would involve pulling Kennedy about 30 feet off the baseline.
If you're going to put the real shift on, you bring Mike Carp in from left field and stick him out right in short right.
Drive to left center, but playable for Robinson. Twins get one, but leave one. It's a 4-2 ball game.
And cooling systems weather forecast for the Twins game here at Target Field. Still looking pretty cloudy and breezy with the chance for a spotty shower or two. Temperatures starting off only in the middle 50s.
Well, it's a Star Wars night. TC Bear getting in on the act. There's a drive to right center field. Cuddyer running to the gap, makes the catch, and another first pitch out for Liam Hendriks. Second time the Kennedys hit the ball sharply to an outfielder.
Well, you see Cuddyer talking about the wind, how it's just kind of swirling out there and creating some havoc for the outfielders. But a nice running catch by Cuddyer.
One gone, and here's Miguel Olivo. Olivo with a double his last time up. Strike one. That is a fair ball down the line. Olivo making a bid for another extra base hit. And he's aboard with a one-out double. What is it with the doubles here tonight?
Yeah, a lot of extra base hits. Olivo with his second straight double, pulling that ball right down the line. Now Gary Cederstrom, the third base umpire, watch him kind of right through the wickets right there. saying that that ball was fair.
We've had 8 doubles and a triple in the game tonight. Here's Alex Liddy. Liddy with a strikeout and a pop-up to second. I mentioned before, Liddy, the first native-born Italian to hit a home run since Reno Bertoia did it in 1961. And it was not the home run that Bertoia hit on opening day for the Twins against Whitey Ford. The most recent one was the one he hit for the Tigers later that year. So it's been a while. 50 years. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes.
Good slider right there by Hendricks. Hendricks, no walks in a ball game. He's given up 5 strikeouts. He has given up 9 hits. But the Mariners have not scored since the first inning.
Inside. 1-2. Hendricks in search of his first major league win, 90 pitches into his 3rd start. A nice block by Butera. Sometimes you'll see catchers catch those, but it was apparent Butera only wanted to block that one. Just put the glove down and made sure that he kept it in the dirt.
Yeah, both Butera and Rene Rivera do a good job of blocking those pitches in the dirt. That's what they're known for right there. Good defensive catchers. Those are little things that go unnoticed sometimes in a ball game. Blocks like that, not letting that runner at second advance from second to third, or a sacrifice fly may put a run on the board for the Mariners.
Well, just last inning, early in William Opena's at bat, second and third, 2 away, and I think the second pitch was one of those sliders in the dirt, blocked by Butera. Full count to Liddy. Fastball driven foul. Liddy was explained to me a true Italian. He grew up in Italy. Wasn't just born there. His father lived in Beverly Hills. Here's a deep drive to left. Looks like it's going to tie the game. Hendricks hung one and paid the price.
Well, he's thrown some good sliders as of late. This one it looked like he just left up, and Liddy, who hit 30 home runs down in AAA Tacoma, got all of that one. So his second major league home run ties the game at 4 apiece. The slider staying about belt high. And Liddy opening up.
So Ron Gardenhire making a move he would not want to make, of course, with Hendricks in search of his first win. But it looks like this will be the end of his day in a tie game. And Brian Dunsing will come into the ball game with the score tied now at 4.
the bullpen after returning from injury. And in tonight's Sanford Health Injury Update, Scott Baker is another starter who has returned, and today he was activated before the ball game. He is available for duty tonight coming out of the bullpen. Ron Gardenhire hopes to get him just an inning or two just to get him throwing again in a game situation, but hopefully he would like to get a start in before the season. McCarty's going to have to see how the rotation works out before that could happen. But Baker, along with Denard Span, look for both those guys to see game action before the season ends, Dick and Bert.
Yeah, one thing, Robbie and Dick, they want those guys to make sure they're good and loose before they go into a ball game. Brian Dunsing's been in this situation before. He knows how to get loose out of that bullpen to come into a situation like this. Dunsing in his 31st game, his 4th relief appearance.
Driven to center. Revere going back. And makes the catch on a warning track. There's something, whether it's the wind or whatever, the ball just seems to really be carrying pretty well here tonight. And Robinson's retired for out number 2.
It's one thing we have not said here in a year plus here at Target Field.
I asked Michael Kadire, he hit the home run yesterday at Yankee Stadium, straightaway center field. And I asked him today, I said, does that ball go out here? And he said, in the daytime, yes, but in the nighttime, no. He didn't think that he said he crushed it. But he said in the nighttime here at Target Field, he didn't think yesterday's ball would have gone out. But now tonight we've seen balls sail over the head of Revere, and that hardly ever happens. Ball 1 to Ichiro. Now, a manager and a pitching coach can sit in the dugout and they can see locations off a pitcher's losing his stuff. And no doubt about it, Hendricks hung a slider and gave up a 2-run home run, and the Twins quickly got him out of the game. Yesterday, Ichiro driving it to center. It'll probably end the inning with Revere drifting further back, making the catch, and Dunsing gets the last 2 outs of the 6th. We'll complete that thought when we come back. Gopher Football with Jerry Kill is your home for Gopher Football. Look back at the Gophers' first win for their new coach and see the emotional game ball presentation from the players to Jerry Kill. All this and more tomorrow at 6 only on Fox Sports North. With Joe Benson in a tie ball game, he'll be followed by Drew Butera and Ben Revere. 1 strike. And Benson takes a ball.
95 pitches for Vargas. 61 have been strikes.
Way out in front of the changeup. And it's 1-2. Got him.
Yeah, another changeup. And Vargas picks up his 4th strikeout.
One down. Butera to the plate. Time for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Well, Hendricks worked 5 1/3 innings, clocked as high as 94. And Jason Vargas at 90. Hendricks a no decision in his 3rd major league start. Hopefully the Twins will win.
Here's Butera showing bunt, taking a pitch up, ball 1. And now 2-0.
Should get a fastball right here.
Popped up. Back. Olivo has no play. 2-1. Frustrating for Butera because he's seen his batting average nosedive here. He gets a 2-0 count. Looked like he got a fastball right down the middle and popped it up back into the seats.
Yeah, Drew right now going through a little 0 for 19 spell. Pulled the string right there. Butera out front.
Two and a little pop up near first. Foul ball catch for Kennedy. 2 down. And if you want to become a Twins season ticket holder, best way is to get on the Twins On Deck Circle. Currently 3,000 members strong. You can sign up today, take advantage of exclusive benefits and future season ticket opportunities. To join or for more information, call 800-33-TWINS or visit www.twinsbaseball.com today. Here's Revere. He's already got a couple of hits. 1 strike. So it was just Friday, I believe. Revere was hitting the 250, and a few multi-hit games later, he's hitting 260. One strike. And 3 hits today. So a base hit. And we'll see whether he tries to stretch that single into a double with a stolen base.
Well, it's almost every game we see Ben Revere getting a base hit. Either it's, we've seen him hit some balls back to the pitcher, but always trying to hit that ball right back up the middle. And he's able to do that here in his 4th at bat, pick up his 3rd hit.
What's nice to see for Revere is he seems to have kind of caught a second wind here in the final weeks of the season after he's had 600 or so at bats between the minor leagues and major leagues. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Players who aren't accustomed to playing in September, those extra weeks can really take their toll on your statistics.
Well, one thing about Ben Revere, that man got a lot of energy. Comes to the ballpark with the right attitude. A lot of desire to play this game. Yeah. And guys like Joe Benson, they're playing for the first time in late September. And, they're just playing on adrenaline right here. It's a rush to be up here at the major league level.
Well, Revere talked about his experience in a similar spot last year. Twins were winning, headed to the playoffs, but Revere was up at the end of the year, and he says now he was terrified last year. Just because everything was so new and the stakes were so high.
And everything so fast.
Yep. 2-0 now to Plouffe. Couple of doubles for Plouffe his first 2 times up. And then Vargas struck him out swinging to end the 4th. Got a pitch up on 2-0 and fouled it straight back.
Well, Plouffe in his first at bat, an RBI double. That scored Ben Revere. That made it a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Mariners. And then in his second at bat, led off the 3rd with a double. And then was stranded there.
Missing inside, 3-1 with Cuddyer on deck. Bouncer to third. And a couple of hops. Liddy fires to Ackley. That ends the 6th inning. And we are tied at 4.
Let's take a look at the Grand Casino story of the game in the first inning off of Hendricks. Left some pitches up, and the Mariners added 2 runs, but the Twins came back in the bottom of the inning to tie the game at 2 apiece. Chris Farmerly with an RBI. In the 6th inning, the Twins added a couple more runs in the 4th and 5th to make it a 4-2 lead, but in the 6th inning, Alex Liddy hitting a 2-run home run to tie the game at 4.
Kyle Seager will lead off the 7th against Brian Dunsing. Seager, Ackley, and Karp in the Mariners 7th. 2-0. Seager doubled in a run, scored a run in the first inning. Since then, a fly ball to left and a ground ball to first. 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to start the 7th inning. It'll bring up Ackley, who's gotten singles his last 2 times up. So Dunsing got a couple of fly balls to get the Twins off the field in the 6th, but now an opening walk in the 7th. Breaking ball over for a strike. Fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, good fastball right there. 92 miles an hour by Brian Dunsing.
Didn't mean to. A check swing foul. Over 300 at bats, only 3 ground ball double plays for Ackley. a foul back. Mariners have only hit into 80 double plays, but I think it's one of those deceiving statistics. They've had so few base runners. Yeah. It's team is hitting just 233. Strike out a lot, don't take many walks.
Whoa.
Where was the pitch?
Yeah, pretty good pitch right there.
And they appeal to third base umpire Gary Cederstrom, who says it wasn't a swing, but looked like that pitch had the corner. One and two.
You see number 5 on that Fox track. Looked like it caught the corner.
And lunging after it, tapping it foul, and keeping the at-bat alive. There's a strikeout, and Dunsing singed the outside corner with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball on the way. And that'll bring up Mike Carp. Carp's done really well against left-handed pitching, hitting .316 against lefties. Three hits in the ball game, including a couple of doubles tonight. And Dunsing misses the outside corner. Foul back. Star Wars night here at Target Field. George Lucas donating significant amount of money to Stand Up to Cancer, the beneficiary of this promotion. So we got Star Wars characters here mingled in with the crowd. Darth Vader.
I know that's Ron Coomer underneath that mask.
Down and in, 2-1.
Dunsing missed some time because of that oblique strain, but looks like he's fine now. He says he's fine.
Up the middle, it'll bleed through for a hit. Wasn't hit well. Carp with a base hit. First and second, now one away. From my memory, it's the first time the Twins have had a Star Wars promotion since 1999, I believe was the year. Ron Coomer with Terry Steinbach watching in the Twins dugout. Sir, you've come to the booth here. Would you care to explain this photograph?
Well, Steiny was having a bad day.
Okay. Didn't look like you were having the best of days either. But
I didn't shave that day.
Now, did you go up to bat with that on?
I probably should have a few days, especially in 1999.
What do you remember? Here's a ground ball.
You're going to ask me what I remember about that?
Parmelee to second, relay to first, not in time. So they get one, but not two. First and third, two down. But do you remember the promotion, or what in the world you were doing in the, what is that, the Chewbacca outfit? Wookiee. Okay.
A Wookiee. You know what? To be quite honest with you, I don't think it was me.
Really? Well, I have on good authority.
It could have been Gardy.
No, I have on good authority that it was you, but
it couldn't be the guy next to you. That's not good authority.
No,
That's it.
99. Where was I in 99? Who knows?
So 2 down, 2 on, and here's Adam Kennedy.
You have a better shot of that being me.
Darth Vader.
Heads up, TC.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
It wasn't until tonight.
I think we were.
No, I am.
Earlier,
I like Star Wars movies.
I saw the movie, but I didn't really get into Star Wars. I know there are a lot.
You were too old.
people out there that love those movies.
I saw the original one in 1970 whatever in the theater. I haven't watched any of the sequels. I haven't watched the original since. So I guess I've not really gotten into it either.
Did you haven't seen one of them?
I believe I saw the first one.
one?
Yeah, about same as Dick.
Yeah, they were interesting when you first saw it.
Tapper foul off the bat of Kennedy. Well, the Mariners got a couple in the sixth, but they had a good threat going in the fifth, didn't score. Had a threat in the fourth, didn't score. A couple of men left on in the third, didn't score. And now Dunsing trying to strand runners on the corners here in the top of the seventh. One and one. Dunsing got the last 2 outs of the sixth. The outs here in the seventh have been harder to come by. And a foul tip, 1-2.
Well, Kennedy's been with 5 different teams that came up with the Cardinals, then the Angels. Remember Kennedy in 2002 when he hit the 3 home runs against the Twins in the postseason. And the Angels ended up winning the World Series over the Giants in 2002. They beat the Twins. He's also played for Oakland, Washington Nationals last year, his first year with the Mariners.
Just missed the inside corner with a fastball. Two and two.
Matt Capps getting loose.
Bouncer right side. Dunsing knocks it down, recovers, and the run will score. Parmalee can't get it, and now a runner advancing over to third. So as that play was unfolding, I couldn't help but think about the play here the other day with Jim Thome shattering his bat, and the ball just hit in the right spot, and it ended up being a big run for the Indians, and now the Mariners take the lead on this.
Yeah, it looked like Dunsing was going to be able to get this ball right here. He dove for it and then knocked it down, but then the ball trickled away, and there he is trying to flip it over to Parmalee, and then the ball ends up getting behind Parmalee. And that allows Pena to go from second to third.
Olivo already has a pair of doubles, and he will take his swings against Matt Capps here in the seventh. Seattle is a Treasure Island Senior Day. Fans 55 and older can get a $5 discount on select tickets at Target Field. Tickets are limited to Treasure Island Senior Day. Check availability. Please call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. And also note, hey, this is a big development here. The Budweiser Clydesdales will be on hand. Pre-game on the plaza and on the field for the national anthem.
Wow. Those are beautiful horses. I'm sure you've seen a Clydesdale, have you not?
Yes, yeah.
Well, here's Matt Capps trying to work out of this situation. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. And Miguel Olivo, who's had back-to-back doubles in his last 2 at-bats.
One strike to Miguel Olivo.
Capps making his 66th relief appearance, 63 innings pitched, 64 hits allowed, only 12 walks, 31 strikeouts.
Off the plate, 1-1.
The ruling on Adam Kennedy, an infield base hit. He picks up an RBI, and then the error by Dunsing, allowing Pena to go from second to third.
Snap bat and a foul ball. Olivo got one of his doubles right over the third base bag, and that one came close to being fair and or hitting the bag.
Almost looked like the ball was going to hit him in the chest. Ball inside, but Olivo opening up quickly. The ball foul.
One and 2 to Olivo. The Baltimore Orioles have just scored 3 to take a lead on the Boston Red Sox 7-5 in the 8th inning at Fenway. Tampa Bay is losing to the Yankees 5-0.
Rick Vanderhurk, a Dutchman, started that game for the Orioles. One of my pitchers for the WBC, the Netherlands team.
Time called by Olivo. Oh, by the way, we have irrefutable proof that the Chewbacca we showed you a little while ago was in fact Ron Coomer. We have a later picture showing it is Ron Coomer's jersey being worn on turn ahead the clock day.
Why didn't he remember that?
I don't know. As he suggested when he left the booth, there are a lot of things about that year he's tried to forget. 2-2. The inning started with a walk. Seager scored the go-ahead run. And now Capps trying to keep this a 1-run game. Bounce to the right side. It should end the inning. Olivo hustling down the line. You like to see that. And the Twins come off the field, but the Mariners get the go-ahead run on a dribbler off the bat of Adam Kennedy. Time for the 7th inning stretch now, brought to you by Medica.
buy soft drink or sweet tea for just $1. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more.
It's 5-4 Seattle on Star Wars night here at Target Field. And the Twins have fallen behind the Mariners for the second time tonight. First time the Mariners had the lead back in the first inning. And they came back in the bottom half of that inning and tied it up right away. Mariner bullpen has been really, really good in September, even though the team hasn't picked up too many wins. And they'll dip into that bullpen here in the 7th with Chance Ruffin.
Yeah, Ruffin making his 12th appearance at the major league level.
And Michael Cuddyer waits for him in the box as the Twins hit in the 7th. And there's strike one.
And if you've seen the name Ruffin before, his dad, Bruce Ruffin, a left-handed pitcher, pitched 12 seasons at the major league level. Chance Ruffin, 23 years old, originally signed by the Tigers, their #1 pick.
He's part of the bounty for Doug Fister, who's done a great job for the Tigers. And given the Tigers, I think, more viability as a World Series contender. 2 strikes to Cuddyer. And inside, just missed.
Yeah, the way that Fister has been pitching, they may have found that #2 starter behind Justin Verlander.
And then you can go with Max Scherzer if they can get him a little more consistent. Bounce to the left side. And the shortstop Seager does what he can, which isn't enough. Cuddyer's aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, sometimes the ball has eyes. We've seen a lot of balls hit in the gap that Ben Revere for the Twins couldn't catch, just to his left or right or to back toward him. And sometimes in the infield it just happens that way. Cuddyer with a seeing eye infield base hit.
Pepsi Max box score in game with a lot of hits on the top of the order.
Yeah, 10 hits for the Twins. Ben Revere with 3 hits. Trevor Plouffe with a couple. Michael Cuddyer just got his 2nd hit. And Chris Parmelee, who's up now already with 2 hits.
Raising his average to 400. Fouled back. Looking ahead to 2012, there might be a job waiting for Parmelee. Twins do not know, nor will they know, about Justin Morneau's status. Here's a pop-up back and out of play. 2 strikes. Justin shut down for the season. The reoccurrence of the concussion symptoms. And while everyone is optimistic and hopeful that Justin will be ready to go for spring training and the regular season that will follow, Justin might find himself as a primary designated hitter. That's one of the ways that this can spin here in the next 12 months. And if that's the case, the Twins have an opening for a first baseman. 1-2. Bouncer to second. Could be a double play. Ackley to Seager. Seager to Kennedy. 2 away.
Well, again, hitting the ball sharply, but right at Ackley at second base. So Parmelee hits into a double play. And Chance Ruffin gets the ground ball.
More activity in the Seattle bullpen. Valencia will hit. Mariners tied a game with a home run. That's what the Twins need here. I got a call. Valencia's been a while since he's hit one. So Valencia looking for home run number 16. This would be a good spot for one. Instead, off the end of the bat to Ackley, and a low throw dug out by Kennedy, and the Twins are done in the 7th. Center.
Yes.
The Lynx advance with a convincing win over San Antonio in the first round of the playoffs. Simone Augustus with 22 points. So now they'll take on Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals.
Go Lynx. Congratulations.
How about the first playoff round? 2 out of 3. Get it over and done with. You know, kind of like that. That's the ultimate short series. People in baseball talk about a short series in the playoffs, and they're talking about a 5-game, potentially a 5-game series. Best of 3. Cap's on the mound, and he'll face Alex Liddy here leading off the 8th inning. Off-speed pitch and a foul, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Liddy hit the 2-run home run off of Hendricks to end his evening. That in the 6th inning. That tied the game at 4 apiece. The Mariners added 1 in the top of the 7th to take a 5-4 lead. That run charged to Brian Dunsing.
Driven to right, but in the vicinity of Kadire. 1 down. And it'll bring up Trayvon Robinson. Maybe too young for school, so he can stay up and watch a ball game and eat some nachos.
Having something to eat with Pops.
One and 0 to Robinson. Two and 0. Liam Hendricks took the game into the 6th inning, but his final pitch was whacked into the seats for a 2-run homer that tied the game. Dunsing came in, gave up a run. And now Caps with 2/3 of an inning. Yankees beat the Rays 5-0. But right now the Orioles are leading the Red Sox 7-5. So it might be that there will still be just a 2-game spread between the Red Sox and the Rays. Foul back.
Boy, in that American League Western Division, looks like the Texas Rangers, they have a very comfortable 5-game lead over the Angels.
With just 9 games to play over there. They've got the 3 games left, so head-to-head to end the season, but a lot has to happen to make those games relevant, meaningful. Strikeout of Robinson, out number 2.
Looked like a changeup right there. Good location. Robinson a little out front, and Caps picks up the strikeout. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Here's Ichiro Suzuki, a triple on the first pitch of the game, 1 for 4. This will be barring a white-hot final week and a half. This will be the first year since Ichiro's been over here that he has not gotten 200 hits. 176 on the season. Now, if there's anybody that can get hits in bunches, this guy would be the guy, but he has not done that this year, as is a .273 batting average suggests. 1 and 2. You know, I remember fondly 10 years ago when Seattle was pretty much the center of the baseball universe. They had a great team. They sent 8 Mariners to the All-Star game that they hosted. And
Lou Piniella was the manager.
Yeah. And Ichiro had just come over. And Griffey, Alex Rodriguez. I mean, they were the envy. Edgar Martinez. They were the envy of just about everybody else in baseball. And no one thought that their ballpark was a pitcher's ballpark back then because they were scoring runs in bunches. Swinging a foul. Butera really took the punishment there.
Yeah, he not only helped them win, but he also was the American League Rookie of the Year and the American League MVP. Ichiro was. Let's take a listen to what Butera had to feel.
Oh boy! Right up, maybe against the collarbone. Maybe the mask. Butera wears the conventional catcher's mask. The other Twins catcher, Rene Rivera, uses the more modern version. And I'm sure both catchers have tried the other mask.
You can see Butera was kind of moving his jaw around a little bit.
One and two to Ichiro. And now 2 and 2. And Cavs blows them away and has a 1-2-3 eighth inning. Twins down a run trying to break a 9-game losing streak.
Break it all down on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. We'll talk about Ben Revere as he continues to ride with another 3-hit night. Charging balls in the outfield is our instructional with Anthony LaPanta and Ron Coomer. And Gardy's post-game press conference. What do you think of Hendricks and Dunsing tonight? And also the offense of the Twins. We'll find out on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. Following the ball game, Dick and Bert, as we have a new pitcher for the Mariners. Tom Wilhelmsen takes to the mound.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie. And Luke Hughes will be the first man he faces here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, we mentioned some good arms out in that bullpen for the Mariners. Wilhelmsen, one of those guys. Good sinking fastball, curveball, changeup, and he's working on a split finger.
Hughes takes a strike. He'll be followed by Dinkelman and Benson.
Wilhelmsen, 27 years old, 6'6".
Breaking ball. Big slow curve. 2 strikes. See Hughes in this spot. Be a little susceptible to high fastball. This one off the plate, 1-2.
Fastball clocked at 96.
And a fastball gets him at 97. One down.
Just reared back and played old country hardball right there. Just challenging Luke Hughes, outer half of the plate. Will Hampson picking up his 28th strikeout in 29 innings pitched.
See Rene Tassoni grabbing a helmet, might go down to the cage for some swings. Drew Butera's spot due fourth this inning. Here's Dinkelman taking a strike. Dinkelman with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored in the fourth inning. Down low, 1-1.
With Adam Kennedy guarding the line, there's a big hole between him and second.
Already gotten what, 16 singles through that hole this year? This one, he didn't pull it enough. A little weak ground ball to Ackley, and that's out number 2. Make your next event a truly memorable occasion. Business meetings, receptions, holiday parties, even a wedding ceremony at home plate. Target Field has 25 distinctive venues that provide a unique combination of stunning spaces, dramatic views, and extraordinary catering. If you'd like more information or to book your next event, go to Target Field Events at twinsbaseball.com or call 612-659-3870. Here's Joe Benson. High fastball and a swing and a miss. Benson 0 for 2 against Jason Vargas. 0 for 10 now against lefties. He'll hope to get a big hit here against a hard throwing right hand. Well, first pitch a fastball, second pitch a big curve. Right back on the rubber, ready to go. Big pop up near the mound. Drop. And Benson going to second is safe. Out at second base. Oh, from up here it looked like he got in there, but Clint Fagan called him out. A ball dropped by Liddy, and the wind might have contributed to the drop, but Benson out at second. 5-4. The Mariners in front. Twins caught a break briefly in the bottom of the 8th inning. Benson thrown out at second base. Now Glenn Perkins comes out of the pen to pitch in the 9th.
Yeah, on that ruling right there, Liddy, the third baseman's charged with an error on the drop ball, and Benson hustling down the line. He's trying to get into scoring position, and it sure looked like he was safe right here. Liddy throwing the second base.
Looked like he got his hand on the bag and got tagged on the thigh. Bouncer to short, backhanded by Plouffe, sets and fires on another first pitch out. Seager retired, 1 away.
Yeah, Glenn Perkins asked to get the outs here in the 9th inning, making his 62nd relief appearance. Only 50 hits allowed and 58 innings pitched for Perkins. And 62 strikeouts.
Here's Dustin Ackley. A couple of hits and a strikeout and a fly ball to center. The fly ball to center was hit very hard and deeply to center, and Revere ended up catching it out near the 403 foot sign. Two and 0. A strike, 2 and 1. Three and 1 on a pitch called high. Gary Cederstrom, North Dakota native, third base umpire. Mike Carp on deck. And the Orioles beat the Red Sox 7-5 at Fenway, and with the Rays losing, a 2-game gap between the Red Sox and Rays. Boy, if the Rays got in there, it would be the ultimate tortoise and hare routine. The Twins have done that in the past, and nobody talked about the Rays. They continued to play good baseball and might find themselves sneaking in the back door as it is as a wild card. There's the wild card standings. Perkins unhappy with the walk, and the Angels a game and a half behind the Rays, but that's a lot of ground to make up in the last week and a half.
Yeah, Angels winning today over the Toronto Blue Jays 10-6 in Toronto.
Here's Mike Carp. 4 hits.
Yeah, great day at the plate.
Strike 1. Mariners tried to get back to the glory years of 10 years ago with some free agent signings. Adrian Beltre, Richie Sexson, Sean Figgins. That didn't work. So now the Mariners going with a new manager, Eric Wedge, and younger players. 1 and 2. Tapper right side and under the glove of Parmalee into right field. Ackley around second on his way to third, and Kadayer's throw to Valencia on a hop. So now first and third, only 1 out. William Opeña to the plate.
And Mike Carp picking up his 5th hit of the ball game. With Parmalee holding on the runner, leaves that hole open a little bit, and Parmalee dove for the ball, gets by him into right field. And Ackley tries going over to third base. So quite a night for Mike Carp.
Got a Dinkelman special there. Ground ball through the hole. Here's Pena. Pena 0 for 4, and with 5 hits, Mike Carp is our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Big swing and a miss by Pena.
First you saw that first career 5-hit game for Mike Carp.
Opeña throughout his career very much prone to strikeouts, and Perkins would love to get one here. Left-hand hitting Adam Kennedy on deck. One for 4 today, a strikeout. Pena this year with 34 strikeouts and 106 at bats. Checked his swing on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Another 95 heater up and in. Chopped foul. They've had a profound lack of power in Seattle the last few years. The ballpark certainly contributing to that. They've tried to address it. Seems like every other half year Russell Branyan is with the Mariners trying to provide some pop from the left side of the plate. Now they're trying Pena from the right side. And Perkins gets him looking.
A nasty slider right there, and Pena going down on strike. Second time he has struck out in a ball game, and Glenn Perkins picking up a big strikeout. Runners at first and third, 1 out. That slider, middle in. So a big second out right there by Glenn Perkins.
Justin Smoak is going to give it a try here, hitting for Adam Kennedy. See the jaw guard that Smoak is wearing.
And Smoak a switch hitter.
Dealing with a groin injury as of late.
Smoak is a right-handed hitter, hitting .263. 4 of his 14 home runs from the right side of the plate.
Ball one. Saw Ben Revere last year. He had to wear a guard like that after getting hit in the cheekbone. 1-0. And a strike.
Smoak originally signed by the Rangers, their #1 pick in 2008. He came to Seattle in the Cliff Lee trade last year.
Foul back, 1-2. You make trades of that magnitude, and boy, the Twins have had some good trades like that, some trades that haven't worked out. You really, I hate to call it a roll of the dice, but that's kind of what it is. Justin Smoak was considered to be a can't-miss prospect in the Texas organization, and he just hasn't done much yet.
Not yet, not yet. Still only 24 years old.
2-2.
Last year between the Rangers and the Mariners hit only .218. This year they average up 13 home runs last year, 14 so far this year.
You trade someone like Chuck Knobloch, and well, you might get an Eric Milton and a Christian Guzman who develop into contributors to a championship ball club. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Perkins strands a couple of runners. Fans here at Target Field have been very supportive. We'll see if the Twins can give them a thrill here in the bottom of the ninth. Hoping to come back and win one here in the bottom of the ninth. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card.
Alex Liddy hitting a 2-run home run. That tied the game at 4 apiece in the 6th inning. And the Mariners added a run in the 7th to take that 5-4 lead. Michael Kanire, a couple singles, scored a run. And Mike Carp, a career night at the plate. 5 hits, 4 singles, and a double. Brandon League, the closer for the Seattle Mariners, making his 62nd relief appearance. 34 saves and 39 save opportunities. Very good earned run average.
Rene Tassone comes off the bench for Minnesota. 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter. Butera's spot was due to lead off. First pitch fouled off a foot. 1 strike. Of course, when the Twins were facing the Mariners here in May, Jim Thome was available as a pinch hitter if he wasn't in the starting lineup. Jason Kubel would be available, but he simply can't put much pressure at all on his left foot, his back foot. Sprain just hasn't gotten any better. Tassone takes a ball 1-1. He's got his jacket on, and he will be available pretty much only in an emergency from here on out. Like to have that pop off the bench, but it was apparent, Kubel trying to play with his sprained foot, that he just couldn't do well in the field or at the plate. 1-1 to Tassone. 2-1.
Mike Carp now playing at first base. Robinson going from center to left. Michael Saunders now playing center field for the Mariners.
2-1 to Tassone, and now down and away, 3-1. Tassone's job, obviously, just get on base, and he's 1 pitch away from doing just that here.
Well, control hasn't been an issue for League. Only 10 walks, 2 intentional in 58 innings pitched.
Up the middle, a base hit. So Tassone off the bench gets aboard to start the 9th inning.
Well, he got the count in his favor, 3-1. League has to come in with a fastball. Tassone hitting it right back up the middle. And a tying run right now at first base.
Tassone with decent speed. He'll stay in the game. And here is Ben Revere, who's already got 3 singles. Third baseman Liddy about 60 feet from home plate as the pitch is delivered, and he was charging from there. A bunt foul, 1 strike. Liddy was, as I said, about 60 feet from home plate.
Yeah, you see where he's at right now. Ben Revere, if he's asked to bunt, got to take it with him. Bunt it toward first base.
They're pretty much taking it away up the third base line,
yes,
aren't they?
Are.
1 strike. And another one bunted foul. 2 strikes. They haven't been close to being fair balls, and they're in the direction of a guy who'd be about 30 feet from home plate when he fielded the bunt.
Yeah, you want to bunt that ball with. You can see you kind of jab at that ball right there. The ball's already by him before he tried to make contact.
At least the
Got to
second.
get the bat out front.
At least the second one didn't look like it was a good pitch to bunt or hit. 2 strikes. And he punches it to center. Dropped in center field. Throw to second, not in time. Revere will get his 4th hit. Saunders was there. Had the ball hit him in the glove, but it bounced out.
Well, Saunders just put into center field as a defensive replacement. Comes in hard, slides, and the ball hits off his glove. An 0-2 pitch. Ben Revere goes down and hits a line drive. Saunders coming in hard, and then on the slide, unable to keep it in his glove. and Tassone scoots over to second base.
Yeah, they give Revere his 4th hit. Here is Trevor Plouffe.
We'll see if Plouffe is asked to bunt here.
That's a good bunt. League throws low. Everybody's safe.
You know, we saw Vargas early in the ball game trying to field the bunt, had a little trouble gripping the ball, and right here looked like Brandon League kind of reached for the ball and never got a good grip on it. Good bunt right here by Trevor Plouffe. League going over, right, grabs that ball, but you can see kind of scoots it around in his hand and the throw low.
Here's Cuddyer with the bases loaded, nobody out, the infield end. Down low, ball 1.
Well, they give Trevor Plouffe a sacrifice bunt and then the error on the pitcher League to load the bases. So 3rd error of the ball game for the Mariners.
Cuddyer with hits his last 2 times up. Swings through a fastball. Plenty of fastball, too. That clocked at 97. One and one to Cuddyer. Driven to the right field corner. Ichiro. A foul ball, and Ichiro, if he had a play on it, turned down the chance to catch that ball. Disappeared from our view, but he, I think, let the ball land.
Yeah, watch Ichiro right here, looking where the ball was, and it's right against the wall right there. Don't know if he would have made a catch, but you know what? I mean, the ball was foul. No way for him to make a good throw home. That would have tied the game.
1 and 2 to Cuddyer. Strike 3. 1 away. And that brings up Parmalee.
Now Michael swinging at a pitch down in the strike zone for the first out of the inning.
Now Parmalee, who drove in a run with a double in the first, walked in the third, singled in the fifth, and then bounced into a double play in the seventh. Mariners have the infield in again.
Now, one thing we've seen from Parmalee, he likes that he can handle that ball down for Brandon League. That's his power. Good sinking fastball down.
Chopper. They come home and get the force play. So 2 are down. Bases reloaded with Parmalee reaching on a fielder's choice.
He got the sinker down, but then beat it right in front of home plate. And Mike Carp comes in and makes a strong throw to Olivo. See the sink on that pitch. And Carp takes it home for the force out. For the second out of the inning.
So that leaves it up to Valencia. Twins had the bases loaded, nobody out. And Valencia hitless in the ball game. Has been Minnesota's best hitter with the bases loaded.
He's won a couple games this year with, in this situation, game-winning hits. His last one coming against his buddy Chris Perez with the Cleveland Indians when they were here earlier this year.
Valencia 0 for 5 against Brandon League. Inside, ball 1. Bases are loaded, but they've been loaded for the last 2 batters. Check swing, ball 2. The league, who contributed to this inning by falling behind Tassoni 3-1, now falls behind Valencia 2-0. And these fans have been so supportive. Would love to send them home with a win here. On the outside corner. Gardenhire says it's time for his guys to shake hands at the end of a game. Going to need a hit here to do it. Chopper left side. And the Twins fill the bases and can't get the tying run in. And Anthony LaPanta, the losing streak, reaches 10 games.
That's the longest losing streak for the Twins since 1998. A disappointing finish tonight. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire. Our instructional show, how to charge the ball in the outfield, next on Twins Live.